crazy. Dollar, 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 dollar. I get it, dollar, dollar, yeah, dollar, dollar, get the dollar, dollar, boy, get the dollar, dollar. Hold up, dollar, 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 hold up, dollar, dollar, hold up, dollar. I'm like, yeah, get it, dollar, get it, dollar, 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 dollar. Got dollar, don't mix it up with that soda. Them feds are kicking your dough.
All right, welcome back, everybody. It's nice to see you guys again. Nice to be back. Here's my daughter. She wanted to say hello. All right.
Hi.
She's an inspiring YouTuber as well, and she wants to do it as a career, possibly. You know, so that's pretty cool. Anyways, she just wanted to say hello. I'll be on in a moment, okay, babe? All right, cool. All right. So again, I'm sorry. It's been a few weeks since I've been around. I understand. I value and I really appreciate the viewership that I get. But I ran into some issues. I was working for a company and they went out of business, so I had to get on the grind, try to find a job and things like that. We all know crypto isn't that lucrative at this point, especially in this bear market. But on top of that, I am not a day trader. You know, I'm only invested in a few projects and they're all long-term holds, you know. So that's the kind of, I invest in projects that I truly believe in, that I think are changing the game in the space, all right? And for the long term. So I'm not a day trader, and Tezos is most definitely one of those projects. It's by far the project that I believe in the most and that I have the most confidence in. So with all that being said, we finally have some launch dates, okay? And I got a bunch of other news that I want to share with you guys, okay? So let's get started. All right, yeah, so let's jump straight into it. First, you guys are probably like freaked out because I've changed and the lights changed so quick. Well, I had recorded a video and a section, and for some reason, it didn't export correctly. It got corrupted somehow, like the video file, and so I had to start all over. But whatever. So I'm gonna do it anyway. So here we go. All right. So the Tezos Foundation has updated the community officially. All right, and the world, and put everybody on notice on launch. Okay. So let's go to that statement. Let's see what we got here. Boom, boom. Okay, so here's the statement here, alrighty? So, preparing for the launch of the Tezos Network. We'd like to begin by thanking the Tezos community for its incredible support over the past year. We have a number of updates to share today about the Tezos Foundation, development milestones, and the planned launch of the Tezos BetaNet in Q2 and mainnet in Q3 of 2018. Now, when I go to this tab here, you see at the tzscan.io block explorer, yes, Tezos has a block explorer, many others actually, and has had for a while. There's an AlphaNet that you can observe, all right, and a ZeroNet that you can observe. Okay, cool. So when we think about BetaNet and mainnet, these are the original versions of both of those. You know what I mean? And so the difference between the AlphaNet and the ZeroNet, we're going to find out here. Okay, the AlphaNet, the ZeroNet, and then the BetaNet and mainnet. What are the differences? It's the milestones, it's the parameters, and it's the type of functions that you can do, the type of operations that are available to you. Okay, so what does that mean? The Tezos community has been running the AlphaNet, a test network, successfully for well over a year. I can personally attest to that myself. While this provided valuable engineering insight, there is no substitute for real-world experience. So what we're talking about really is simply, you know, maybe like the ZeroNet, right? The ZeroNet with real parameters, all right, with real live transactions. Okay, so with the BetaNet, the ICO tokens and the Genesis block and the ICO allocation, the token allocation event will take place on the BetaNet, okay? Only difference between the BetaNet and the ZeroNet, okay, again, is the BetaNet is a little further along developed, okay? It's something that the dev team is obviously comfortable with releasing to the community, where they can transact their actual Tezos, not a freaking ERC20 standard token like on EOS, with no actual product what to speak of anywhere in sight. All right, so the Tezos is going to be a native token on the Tezos blockchain, and you know, within the BetaNet, and this is going to happen in Q2. Quarter two is the second quarter of the financial year. So if the first quarter represents the months of January, February, March, then Q2 would be April, May, and June, right? And so we know that we're going to get a beta net launch, all right, with actual transactions and a few of the features that make Tezos special within the next, by the end of June of this year. All right, it could even be by the end of this month. It could be next month. Who knows? But we know that we're going to get we're going to get the beta net in quarter two of 2018, and then a subsequent main net launch, right, in Q3. And this is not much different. This is no different, right? Just a little bit sooner, right, than what Ethereum did with its beta version of Ethereum known as Frontier, okay? The Tezos, again, yeah, so they've been running this AlphaNet, and again, it's just about real-world experience. That's what this is saying. To that end, the Tezos Foundation looks forward to helping to support the launch of a beta net. Tezos contributors who opt to use this network should understand that it will undergo unscheduled downtime and may need fixes and adjustments. The AlphaNet and the ZeroNet, right, which are basically earlier versions of this beta net, because the beta net would be essentially a fork of those two versions, or just the ZeroNet, really didn't have any major issues, okay? I think I got stuck on a block on the ZeroNet, which I've actually been running for maybe 2 weeks. But that was about it. Transactions are instantaneous. Block times are a minute intervals between blocks, and the cycle and the baking cycle and the bond period, those are going to be different from the ZeroNet and the BetaNet. And you're going to, I will include a link to, let me just go ahead and put that in there now, where you can go and get the documentation and basically the information that you're going to need to understand how long a bond and a proof of, and the Tezos proof of stake consensus algorithm is to be set for. Okay, when you put up your stake in Tezos, right? Because we don't mine Tezos. This is a proof of stake. It's delegated proof of stake. We bake blocks. Okay, and from baking blocks and signing blocks, endorsing blocks using just a slight amount of CPU power. Okay. That miner, that baker who was randomly selected by the network gets that block reward. Okay? And so there's so many XTZs per block. There's so many XTZs that you get for endorsing. There's so many XTZs per block that you get for both endorsing and for baking blocks, okay? And you can find that here on this website, okay? So how to build and run the software, the peer-to-peer proof of stake in Tezos, okay? Oh, sorry. Where'd it go? Yeah, okay, cool. Awesome. So, and this will give you a breakdown on how delegation works, block size, active and passive delegates, and what you need to know, and all the parameters that you need to know, and the economics constants and denunciations and stuff. All that stuff's going to be found here, okay? So I'll include that in the link, all right, when I upload the video. So later when the code review, all right, hold on, let me show you. Okay, so yeah, so later when the code review and audits have been completed and the network has sufficiently proved itself, we expect that a broader mainnet launch will follow, with transactions from the beta net persisting in the main network, okay? I'm totally using the beta net. Not because I'm sending transactions out or sending them to exchanges, but because I plan to bake, right? I have no problem with the beta net. If it's just a version of, if it's just a preliminary version of mainnet and something like the ZeroNet and all that good stuff, it's a secure network as is, okay? Again, Tezos is implemented in OCaml. OCaml is what it sits on. It is the computer language that Tezos, the protocol, is implemented in. It's what sits on. It's the consensus layer of the core protocol of Tezos is written in OCaml, and this language was chosen because of the security attributes that it has, which are far beyond any computer language that you see being used in current blockchains today, and especially Ethereum, which is pretty much Java. And then also it's the smart contract language, Michelson, is also implemented in is a version of OCaml itself. So developers are going to be able to write Java, Python, C++, and all the major developing computer language for developers that they use today. And Michelson, like Solidity and Ethereum, will interpret that language, okay, and then compile it down into OCaml and write that smart contract or whatever the case may be to the consensus layer, which is also implemented and written in OCaml. And just to give you a little history about OCaml, this is the same computer language that the United States military uses to write the code that runs their computer components and most of their weapon systems, some of the most sensitive weapon systems. So you have to wonder why that is. It's not like, or what weapon systems are we talking about here? You don't hear about nuclear bombs, missiles actually accidentally exploding because of bad fucking code that was actually written using a inferior and unsecure language, the computer language like Java. You wouldn't use Java to write the commands that a nuclear missile or a certain weapon system in the United States military uses to go through its progressions until it triggers itself for an explosion or a UAV, for whatever the case may be. Okay, so this is obviously why why the United States military uses OCaml in these systems, because the margin for error is zero, right? And we just don't hear about these systems going haywire. And so in that sense, Tezos most definitely is going to have the most secure blockchain. That brings me to my next point. Big business, the financial sector across the entire economy in all different types of sectors, all right, from logistics to social media platforms, are looking at the blockchain and are going to implement the blockchain to optimize some of their business practices that they already, some of the legacy systems and business practices that they are currently using today. The blockchain itself, and a public utility platform like Tezos, most definitely is going to be the number, because of OCaml and the different attributes and formal verification that Tezos took the time to develop from 2014 up until this point, is going to be the most attractive blockchain, right? And to run these smart contracts, you're going to need the native Tezos token. So not only is Tezos going to go up in value because of speculation, but also because Tezos is the most likely contender to receive attention and actual use cases from the existing financial and economic structures, businesses and players in the economic sphere, or how do I want to say this? So Tezos is going to be attracting businesses such as financial banking, okay, automated systems, like self-driving cars, the gaming industry, inventory. It can be, I would want to put my healthcare bill as a government, if I'm loaning out and sending out healthcare benefits, which are receiving them, and validating, the people that are using those benefits, that can become very bloated and fatigued, even in existing systems today. Everybody knows that DCFS in the state, on a very, especially on a state level, even on a federal level, these systems move really slow, and it's only because they're dealing with a lot of people, right? It's not because and they're dealing with a lot of people, and they have outdated systems. Okay, they're trying to get a lot of stuff done, and a lot of people their benefits, right? And those are basically transactions using outdated or very old technology. And so now the blockchain, right? Like the blockchain can facilitate and scale and move those packages from the issuer to the receiver, and in a speed that is well above what we see with legacy and traditional data servers and systems that we use today. Not only that, but the blockchain is much more secure. It's faster. It's scalable. And with what Tezos has done, is it's going to implement its core protocol using OCaml. Okay, and this is a highly secure computer language that will allow the big industries that come to use the Tezos blockchain in order to optimize their business practices. It will give them some sanctity and allow them to sleep better at night, knowing that their systems that they're running as smart contracts, leveraging the power of the TVM, which is the Tezos virtual machine, are safe, because Tezos itself, in its core, is the most secure protocol in 2018 at this point. And because of ongoing development, there should be no reason why Tezos ever gets behind. Okay, it's not us that are going to be looking to mimic, or it's not Tezos that's going to be looking to mimic other projects. It's other projects that are already looking to mimic Tezos. Make no mistake, Vitalik most definitely, Buterin of Ethereum, is calling and trying to move the Ethereum network to proof of stake. Okay, and I'm not even going to get into why I think my opinion on that and why I think that's the case, but don't make no mistake. All right, proof of stake is the future. All right, it's environmentally friendly. It's much more fair than centralized systems like that develop in proof of work systems, or protocols like Bitcoin and Ethereum, where we see centralization in terms of hashing power. And even though there's some drawbacks to POS, read the Tezos white paper, and they will it will explain how they choose to deal with those drawbacks in terms of delegation, 51% of tax, and all this other stuff. Okay, Tezos most definitely has a way of dealing with that stuff. I don't want to get too deep into that, because that can be a video in itself, just one of those topics. That can be a video itself, all right? So I kind of want to keep on moving along with these updates, but I do need to chime in every now and then and explain to you why some of these updates are important. Later, when the code review, okay, so we read that. Here are some additional updates for our supporters. As many of you know, the Tezos Foundation now has a capable and competent new board comprised of 7 experts from a variety of fields, including academia, business, computer science, and investment. We continue to make significant progress towards the launch of the Tezos network, and we are building a robust operational structure and framework for software development, communications, marketing, business, and development worldwide. Over the past few months, we have focused on allocating resources where they have been needed most, and determining how best to structure our organization for long-term success. As we previously announced, the development team in Paris is already receiving support and resources for expansion. Subsidiaries of Tezos are being set up in Switzerland and France, as well as other areas to expand our operational structure and enable us to hire the best talent across many geographies. There's some continuity there. That's good. We are also funding the creation of a new website, which, among other things, will provide additional details on participation in the beta net. Currently, a code review is being conducted by experienced researchers at NRIA, as well as a separate effort by Least Authority to do a security audit of the Tezos code base. That's huge, okay? Because I believe that NRIA, all right, if I'm right, NRIA is actually the company, right? I believe, don't quote me on this, but I'm fairly confident on this, developed OCaml. Who else better to have an internal code review with? You know what I mean? On their website, partnership with Tezos, with Tezos Foundation. Okay, so Tezos is having its code reviewed, right, before they have a huge main launch. So that tells me that the core development team, Arthur Braidman, this is a very capable person. All right, this man and his core development team all have PhDs in computer science and know OCaml like the back of a fucking camel. Okay, these are competent people. They know just as much about blockchain technology and the security of it and all the other things that surround this space than anybody else in the world. Okay, they are competent, and if they feel confident that they can release a beta net ahead of a mainnet launch with real world parameters where people can transact their Tezos, all right, then they're confident with that. All right, and I support that, and I am confident in their confidence, all right, because these are competent and very well-educated people and professionals that know exactly what the fuck they're doing, okay? There's no mistake about that. These guys are the real deal. They're the ones who make the blockchains, not you and I. All right, not you and I. Okay. And so yeah, NRIA, according to the update here, is doing a code review. That's being conducted now by experienced researchers over at NRIA, as well as a separate effort by least authority to do a security audit of the Tezos code base. So they're basically having this looked at by two different very reputable professional organizations that have years of experience in looking at computer code and language in terms of its security and safety for people to use well before you see a mainnet launch. That's huge. That is huge, okay? That is just huge. So not only is Tezos implemented in the most secure computer language on fucking planet Earth, but now they're also having possibly the designers or the the company that developed that computer language do a code review of it, and then another reputable computer language auditing company do a code of the Tezos code base before they launch the mainnet, while you still get a beta net, right, where you can transact between each other with native Tezos tokens that will then persist and go over to the mainnet. We'll see that in the next month, the next month or two. All right, so Q2 will have a beta net. Q3, quarter 3 of the financial year 2018 will have a mainnet launch. Okay, that's amazing. That's huge. And beta net users can be mainnet users, meaning when you're on the beta net and you're baking and the mainnet launches, all of those Tezos, your keys can be imported over to new nodes and new wallets or whatever the case may be in the mainnet. Bow. There you go. We have a launch. We have a launch date. Boom. That's amazing. Now, I never doubted it. The Tezos Protocol was always the best technology out there on paper. And the protocol, the technology itself was never in danger of not launching. It was just who would launch it. That was the problem. But the Tezos Foundation in Switzerland, doesn't matter who was in charge of it. It has one goal, or it has one obligation legally, and that is to promote the Tezos Protocol. Boom! So, feel sorry for all you fucking jackasses that dumped because some douchebag at the foundation wanted it his way, as if Tezos is freaking Burger King or McDonald's. You know what I mean? That was pretty gay. But nonetheless, a lot of you guys, there are so many people that were dumping, dude, their little IOU tokens because of some controversy, like some petty ass bullshit. Really, that's what it was. And that's speculation. They're just speculators, man. That's it. Anybody with, one half of a, half a freaking brain would know that. I know for example, I invested in the technology that Tezos is proposing. All right. And although I would rather see A be at the helm of development and the board how it is now, so we all got our wishes in that sense. As long as there was always competent people behind the project, Tezos was still the best thing smoking. Like it did, and that was never in jeopardy of not launching. There's a difference between governance, decentralized governance, and the blockchain and the protocol itself, and the governance of the foundation, who are actual human fucking beings. Like, I'm not gonna get into it, but anyways. So recent milestones achieved. Okay, these are all milestones that will be featured in the beta net. Completion of proof of stake, tuning of parameters, role aggregation, stake activity monitoring, preparation of external review, internal review of the code, documentation, refactoring of the code base, integrating contact hashes, peer blacklisting and whitelisting. That's good. We need that. Unit testing, integration testing, improved command line wallet or CLI wallet, key encryption, support for hardware wallets. That's awesome. And you're going to be able to bake from your hardware wallets, which is really, really freaking cool. All right. And so I'll upload this link as well so you can vet this page as well. Milestones to complete for BetaNet. So everything I just said will be on the BetaNet. Milestones to complete for the BetaNet are the multi-pass validation of single blocks, data accounting, gas cost for deserialization and typing storage cost, Fix Mickelson calling convention to issue operations instead of calls, allow manual override of protocol hashes, improve the baking daemon, and a few other things, okay? So we see with the beta net that we'll launch just with, this month, next month, or in June, we know that we're gonna have a fully functioning blockchain that is secure, written in OCaml. Bow. That there alone makes it the most, in my opinion, and to a large degree, technically, it is the most advanced in many different categories, just with BetaNet. You know what I mean? Nobody can say that they have a more secure computer language running, their consensus layer of the core protocol being implemented in a more secure computer language than Tezos. There isn't. Because give me one freaking project out there that is implementing their core protocol in OCaml or something more secure than that. Haskell is not more secure than OCaml, and it's probably the closest to it. So I'm just saying, these are facts, not my facts. I don't come up with these facts. I was a political science major. I majored in political science, minored in history, and have some expertise in arms control and international domestic security. LAS student. What do I know about tech? So when I say this stuff, I'm quoting the experts. You can't make this stuff up. I didn't do it. Okay, so let's move on. Oh yeah, what I want to show you guys is, so I was baking, but I cut my computer off because it's been on for a few days, and I just want to cut it off, give it some time. Plus the zero net, you can get the head of the block from the zero net, /zeronet.sh space restart, bow, you got the head of the block just like that. You know what I mean? I can leave this thing off for 4 days, come back, open up my terminal, and in the command line, give the command line the code that is necessary to restart the script, the Tezos ZeroNet script, and have the head and be at the head of the block, right, within less than 5 minutes. No shit. Okay? Like, absolutely no crap. And I know because I've personally done it before. Well, not 5 days, it was more like 2 or 3 days, but nonetheless, you know what I mean? On the AlphaNet, you had to start back in October. It would have taken you a few days, right, to download the entire AlphaNet script. And sometimes it'll burn through October, within 45 minutes. But then when it hits November, it'll be a day before it makes it through all of November. And so, again, AlphaNet, ZeroNet, BetaNet, MainNet. These versions just get better and better and better and better as the core dev team comes across issues in each previous version and implements the changes and fixes the code and merges those fixes into subsequent versions of it. Okay, so Tezos has a working product and has had a working product for over 1.5 years. It had the AlphaNet during the ICO. Duh. Like, cool, awesome. So, Milo Davis is he's one of the core developers over in France, and what he's doing is writing these here articles explaining what's happening at the GitLab and the repositories, and going over in detail the type of development and that is taking place on the masternet, and what they're merging from these AlphaNet or the ZeroNet into the BetaNet or MainNet, and why it's important and what its function is. Okay, and so he's going to be coming out with these every week or so. All right. And so I'll upload the link for this as well. Next up, you have the Tezos Commons Foundation. So what is the Tezos Commons Foundation? The mission of Tezos Commons Foundation is to foster the growth of the global Tezos ecosystem through the identification, funding, and execution of projects that drive community growth, awareness, and success. A foundation by the community, by and for the community. Tezos Commons Foundation is a U.S.-based nonprofit corporation. The foundation was formed in the spring of 2018, and leadership was elected through a collaborative effort of over 70 global Tezos community leaders. And I am proud and honored to say that I was chosen as one of the 70 global Tezos community leaders to elect this Tezos Commons Foundation board. All right. TCF, thank you to the ones who put it together and chose me as one of those participants. TCF is an independent entity that supports and guides community endeavors across the Tezos Commonwealth. We work closely with other Tezos operating organizations and provide a critical bridge between the vision of the core engineering team, AB, and all those guys over in France, the resources of the Tezos Foundation, and the passion of the broader ecosystem of users, delegates, developers, business, and enthusiasts. So the Tezos Commons Foundation, of which I am a part of, thankfully, serves as a bridge, as this states, between the core engineering team, all right, and its idea of where Tezos should go, and the Tezos Foundation, most importantly, I think, because the Tezos Foundation is the one that it was endowed with the ICO funds that will now go to promote, contribute to, and develop the Tezos Protocol for years to come. And so the Tezos Commons Foundation and people like me basically serve as bridges between developers and people that want to start different events, or not events, but projects on top of the Tezos platform, right? We either educate them, direct them towards resources, or get them in contact, and get them set up with funding if the Tezos Foundation deems that the project is worthy of being funded, whatever it may be. All right, so let's meet the team. Boom. Oh, okay, so it's comprised of, I believe, 7 members. All right, so we got Craig DeVeu, all right, and you can read these, Jonas Lamus, Kate Sills, Sean Belcher, Corey Soref, Nathan Iapin, and Stephen Andrews. Now, I'm pretty sure that I've talked to some of the people that I don't know here, on Reddit, or maybe even Twitter, depending on what kind of handle they go by. But I personally know Stephen Andrews. He's the one who developed this fine and dandy little Tezbox, which is a MetaMask type wallet that you can download from the Google Chrome store, and you can also manage your delegates from here too. So you can set up your own. You can set your own baker, right? So my baker is this guy. Where is he at? I'm in here somewhere. So you go to blocks. Let me go to the next page, because I was just baking. I've been baking bread like crazy. Oh, come on. Where you at, baby? Okay, there we go. Yeah, so about an hour. I shut my computer down about an hour ago. And here's my baking hash. This is the address to my baker, to my account that I use for baking on the Tezos network using my node here. Okay, and as you can see, I've baked 3,978 blocks, and I've baked. So then that translates into I've baked a total of 34,684,503.852 fictitious Monopoly-style Tezzies, right? Because I'm going to tell you right now, I don't even have 10,000 in real life, but I'm totally happy with what I do have, and I'm thankful for it. And the plan is to run the ZeroNet, operate it here at home, using the ZeroNet, right, as a playground, as a testing pool. So when I do obtain enough Tezzies to bake, I'll know exactly how to do it, what to do, how to get there, all of that good stuff. You know what? You know what I mean? I won't be missing out on the staking process, where you can grow your stake without buying more Tezzies. That was the whole point of the AlphaNet and the ZeroNet, for people to familiarize themselves with a network that is going to be the most dominant network in the blockchain space. And a lot of you folks, there's some people that don't even know what Tezos is yet. And just imagine when it really hits, they're going to be, banging their heads trying to figure out, exactly what it is, how to bake, the difference between baking and mining, what is proof of work, what is proof of stake. Yeah, that's going to happen. And I'm not making fun of those people, but you just have to imagine that that's going to be the case for a lot of people. So, anyways, yeah. So Stephen Andrews. So basically, in the Tezbox, this guy here, who Stephen Andrews, he right here developed this really cool decentralized application. It's known as the Tezbox. Okay, and from here you can manage your delegate. Right, you can choose one of our delegation services ran by Tezzigator or My Crypto Delegate. All right, or you can set your own delegate. That's what I did. And so here's my So as you see, TZ lowercase 1 MQVR matches pretty good with this. I think so. I know that that's my personal baker. Once you see your hash more than twice, once you see your hash more than a few times, you know it's yours. You don't need to customize it or anything, which you can do, but that's a whole nother story. Yeah, and so as you can see, there's already decentralized applications that are really cool being developed around the Tezos ecosystem, around the Tezos protocol, that also have features built into them to help people utilize a lot of the features that make Tezos special, like this delegation process. You know what I mean? So, you know, an average Joe can just download the Tez box. They don't have enough Tezos to put up for the baking process. They don't want to run a node. You can use one of our trusted, you know, delegates here. Tezigator, my crypto delegate, you know, and then you just hit update delegate, right? Back to wallet. Just make sure that delegate was updated, right? Well, okay, so it still needs a little work. Bugs need to be kinked out, but that's basically how it goes. And now you're staking. You're staking right here from your wallet that you got for free as an extension, right, from the Chrome store. And it's just like MetaMask. You can send and receive transactions. All right. What else was up here? You can edit the title and you can remove an account. Okay. All right. Cool. So there's also QR codes. So this is the latest version of the test box. So I was using one of the very first versions to communicate between it and my my node here, and it didn't have QR codes. And so this is pretty cool cool to see. Let me lock that. Boom. Just because you want to get in the habit of you want to get into good security habits, I think. All right. And so as you can see, Tezos has some really cool things going on. All right. I can sit here all day long and explain and talk about what's special about Tezos and why I think it's going to be the most dominant, but then we would be here all night. More importantly, I just wanted to let everybody know that I'm most definitely still here. It's been a few weeks. Like I said, I was out with I had lost the company I was working for, went under, and I had to get on the grind and find a job. You know what I mean? That's what I had to do. And there was other, I have a daughter, and there's just things I'm dealing with. I don't get paid to do this, and so I have to focus on my obligations, right? And so, but I really enjoy doing this, okay? And hopefully, where are we at? Oh yeah, that's right. So domains of interest, community updates. TCF maintains a community newsfeed. Relationships with the press, where we promote relevant community endeavors. This feed will be launched in Q2 2018. Now, that is something that I would love to do for Tezos, as a full-time job. You know what I mean? It's like my dream job, to sit here and promote in a more official capacity the Tezos blockchain, get educated more on it. If I was being paid to work for Tezos, it would change a lot. You know what I mean? I think my knowledge, even though it's pretty extensive now, all right, I don't know if you've read the Tezos white paper, but it is a very complicated paper. No, it really is, and I still learn something new every time I read it. But if I had a full-time position or something doing exactly what this prompt says under community updates, the education level would soar even higher. You know what I mean? And this would be something that I would love to do. Who really, graduates from college and gets to do and work, for their dream job, man. I'm not saying that's going to happen to me, but this is what I would like to do. And so it's cool to know that they're gonna be doing something like that from a more, in a more official capacity. Okay, let me see. Did I miss anything? Did I go over everything? Yeah, I pretty much went over everything again. So so Tezos is going to be launching right in Q2 of 2018. All right. So again, if Q1 of a financial year, Q1 2018, if it represents the 3 months, January, February, and March, then obviously Q2 is April, May, and June, right? So then we're gonna have beta net within that time period. So we have a launch date. Tezos is gonna launch soon, and then within Q3, right? July, August, September, I believe, we're gonna have a mainnet launch. The code's being audited right now by a couple different organizations. One of them that specializes in OCaml, which is the language that Tezos again is implemented in with high, and it was chosen because of its high security features and attributes. That's being done right now. All of that code is being looked at by professional code auditors. All right, and then we'll see a mainnet launch. So if you use the beta net in Q2, right, to make transactions or to run a node to bake, all of the Tezos that you accumulate or not accumulate, whatever the case may be, persist and will be persistent and move and will be able to move over to the mainnet. Okay, so we have a launch. Tezos is launching very soon. All right, that's what a lot of folks wanted to know. When was lunch? When you're gonna get your tacos? Well, you're gonna get your tacos, and lunch is like right around the corner. So, big ups to the dev team over in France. Good job, Kathleen and Arthur, flying around the world and are going, making your way around the world and talking and speaking about Tezos at almost every event you can. Big shouts out to the core dev team over in France and Milo. And all the other guys, Greg, if I knew all their names, if I could say all their names, I don't want to butcher them, I would. You guys keep up the good work. The Tezos Foundation, keep up the good work. Tezos Commons Foundation, Jonas, all you guys over there, keep up the good work. And I will try to get you guys more videos as we approach launch, okay? I did find a job. It's not a full-time job, but I found the job. So, I can sit back a little bit and focus on my passion, which is, blockchain technology, cryptocurrency, decentralized in the future, and Tezos, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? I say Tezos, but I know that other people say Tezos. All right? Whatever. You can call it tacos. You can call the individuals, coins, the cryptocurrency tacos, all right? If you want. I'm a taco eater. I'm just waiting for lunch. My tacos come during lunch. If you don't know these inside jokes, do a little research and you might find out. All right, anyways, you guys have a wonderful night, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this update, and I hope to see you guys soon. Peace out.
Right? Or do they want a blockchain that facilitates formal verification. That's formal verification, baby. Proof of stake, POS, governance mechanism. Let's roll, baby. Tezos, yeah, Tezos. Boy, that be that Tezos. Hey, yeah, that be that Tezos. 3.0, yeah, that 3.0. Generation on them, call that they're Tezos. They've been waiting for a third generation type blockchain. I think it's arrived. Tezonians in the building, you know what I mean? We all out for glory. Everything's all good. You want things done right? No hard forks. Welcome to Tezos. Look. Wait, hold up. Slower, let me roll up. Got donut. Now it's time to load up. Wait, hold up. Slower, let me roll up. Got donut. Now it's time to load up. Wait. Rise Himalaya. Rise Himalaya. Okay, I'm gonna freestyle and explain this, okay? Tezonians is Himalayan because them boys is rising, just like the Himalayas. And in fact, it's a chain of things. You know what I mean by that blockchain and things. So yeah, I get it. I just wanna know if we could bow. And exactly what is that? About the business. Tezo be proficient. Okay. I can see the writing on the wall. Now when it come to Tezos, best yet developed. A, B, and KB was on another level. Just to put the code together must have took a big endeavor. I bet I seen it coming like I was predicting weather. I like Ethereum, but they ain't no Elon. Tezos got a chain that's gonna last right through the eons. Self-amending cryptographic ledger on you peons. Custom through the beat on, told me Jovi bring the heat on. I'm talking Tezos, best yet developed. Don't believe me? Go and check the testnet. See the ecosystem, really making progress. Optimizing languages that work with different projects. Let go, Tezos.